It's definitely like one of the festivals that's so close to our heart. Like we used to come here as kids, and I think we have literally been here every year, either as a punter or playing since like 2001, I think. So yeah, it's home ground, home turf.
I mean, we just pretty much finished our whole like summer festival run around Europe and UK and stuff, and it's like there's always like the odd little one here and there that you don't expect to be amazing that is amazing. Like we played this festival, Greenfield Festival, in, was it Austria?
Yeah. Or Switzerland.
Or Switzerland. Oh. Or just one of those kind of countries over there somewhere. And it was just like surrounded by mountains, and it just ended up being like one of the craziest shows ever. It was just like amazing. But the thing about Reading Festival is like it always, like every year, it's always like solidly, like, you know, up there with like probably the best festival of the summer. So it's like it's always one that we always get really excited about. It kind of feels like the whole summer has kind of been leading up to this.
Yeah, my side project Route is doing a 4-track EP. All proceeds to ActionAid. We're doing a DJ set in their tent tonight as well. Actually, it should be really fun. Yeah, it's just 4 tracks. One of them is with Rory C as well. Yeah, it's just a bit of fun. Like all the vocal samples are from ActionAid's work, where they've worked with, like, you know, people that are rebuilding cyclone shelters and stuff, and when they'll be singing to camera, and I've taken those samples and put it in, so it's really good fun.
Well, I mean, it definitely sort of feels like we've found our feet a lot more. I mean, with our first album, it was all just pure, like, experimentation, and you know, we're still fairly young back then, so we've kind of, like, I think become a lot better at making songs. but yeah, I don't know, it also seems to have been like probably one of our most like successful albums in a live sense as well. So like pretty much every song off the album seems to translate like really well to a live situation, which we've never had before. There's always been like a couple of tracks that have been kind of impossible to do live, or like really hard and really unsuccessful to do live. So yeah, it just feels, I think we personally think it's probably our best album so far.
I think at the end of the day, you know, everyone makes a choice, whether it's subconscious or conscious, as to what their lyrics stand for, what they say. You know, even someone that doesn't think they're really writing lyrics that say anything or stand for anything, they are. You know, say a hip-hop artist, you know, the majority of mainstream hip-hop is just shocking, like, soulless rubbish, you know, people glorifying violence and greed, you know, and it's just, they might think that's just harmless, but it's not. It's adding to that sort of culture of just not giving a shit about your fellow man. So everyone's making that choice, and we're just trying to rebalance things, really, by just hopefully making music and lyrics that are unifying and positive, and trying to encourage a bit of perspective.
There aren't that many bands that are really saying that much these days, which is kind of a bit disappointing in a way, but
especially in the punk scene, because that's basically what punk was built on, and hardcore as well. You know, that was foundations of that was honesty and, you know, sticking up for the oppressed, and that's just kind of dissolved. It's, you know, it just becomes more about the, I don't know, the fashion, or, you know, it's cliche to even say these things, but like, it's just, so yeah, it's sad. But I think that there's still plenty, you know, out there, especially in the underground. Underground hip hop is wealthy with some awesome kind of commentary, social commentary, like Akala and Low Key, Mike Righteous, yeah, loads of good stuff.
Yeah, I do miss going around in that Royal Mail van. There was something sort of like quite fun about just you know, driving around the country, like driving ourselves around the country. It's like sleeping in this van, just like pretty much living like tramps with a van. yeah, it was a lot of fun, but then, you know, nowadays it's a lot of fun as well, so can't complain.
They're just different worlds, aren't they? Really, like just but definitely fond memories. You know, there's some really hard times as well, but I guess you kind of only remember the good ones. But yeah, it was an awesome period.
I don't know if this story will translate at all, because it was such a incredible, weird moment. But like, it was like the first year I went to Reading, and we were just sitting in our tent, like drinking beers, making a spliff or whatever, and then we saw this like big, like massive group of people like come past, carrying some bag, and there was this one like leader guy. It was literally like a scene out of Life of Brian or something. And everyone was like chanting "Bagman." It's like "Bagman, Bagman." Everyone was like carrying this, what turned out to be this guy in this sleeping bag, and then we like, it was just like the funniest thing ever. And then we ended up taking him to Lost Property, putting him down in Lost Property, and then the whole crowd went silent. And some guy was like, "Let him speak, let him speak." And this guy just sort of like, obviously had just woken up, like scruffy. He looked like a tramp, but like he's obviously just some like really drunk guy. So I poked his head out. So what the fuck's going on? Like he just woke. He must have like been passed out for the whole of the experience. And it was just the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's why I love coming to festivals.
You do get them like
crazy shit
crowd moments where everyone does something really random.
It's fucking nuts.